Hello everybody, I'm Teal, and I'm not the host. The real host is...
Safazin, me!
Oh, it's not... Oh, sorry, there's been a production error.
I'm so sorry. I wasn't supposed to do that, I'm so sorry.
Hello everybody, I'm Safazin, the host of Let's Discuss, a series on my channel where I discuss popular gaming topics and news with experts and fans of the field. And tonight's topic is all about the world of Pokemon and Pokemon Let's Plays. And last but not least, it's Chugga Conroy.
I'm the odd man out. I was the fan that he was speaking of, not the experts.
Yes. Anyway, I'm Safazin, the host of Let's Discuss, a series on my channel where I discuss popular gaming topics and news with experts and fans of the field. And today's topic is all about Sony, the PlayStation 4 announcement, and everything Sony, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes!
And our guests are Cadicarus, Caddy, Penguins. He will speak in hum the entire time.
Greetings and salutations, my beautiful people. And here we are. We did it. We made it. To 2013. Alive. All of us. And what better way to kick off your New Year's worth of beauty than by making you cry? So whack out your tissues and jerk off to the... Oh, wait. Oh, that wasn't for the show.
Golden Ideas.
Yo dudes, hello.
No, there's no way to draw him in, Sonic. You just have to...
Draw him in with your amazing personality.
with your animal magnet. Oh, wait.
Your charisma.
Man, that's some fucking charisma. Where do I go? Because wherever he's going to go, he's just going to fucking rape me.
Go backwards.
Thanks for destroying the first two buttons. It's rock, you moron! Soft! Yeah, unless it's diamond. There's only anything harder than rock is diamond.
Considering it's been made in a fucking volcano, too.
You're an arse, Tails! You have no... You're an arse, fuck off! I was enjoying myself in Crisis City! And then this. I should have known what Sonic 06 giveth, it taketh away in 5 seconds.
And the owner of this nice channel, Teal Game Master.
Hi. I own this.
Alright.
Obey me.
Oh, come on, man. That was pathetic.
You could have been like, hello.
Have you no pride? Have you no pride over your own channel, man? Have you nothing?
Of course I have pride. I have so much pride. I also have a giant ego, which is why I watch my videos constantly. Wait, so what?
He also has a backyard full of seagulls. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, during the daytime you'll hear nothing but seagulls.
It's true. True story.
Let's talk about traveling. So dear, where did you last go on your travels?
Well, I don't move around a lot, so... Yeah.
You should have responded by going, well, sugar daddy,
Well, sugar daddy, I went to Hollywood.
Oh, do tell. Did you see Jean-Claude? Oh, did you see Jean-Claude Van Damme? Oh, he's such a hottie. Oh. Did you see those pecs?
Did you see those pecs? The way you said it.
Oh. Like a cut glass.
Okay, so... Yesterday, Sony announced the PlayStation 4, one of the most powerful systems I've ever seen, to be brutally honest, and I am more of a Nintendo follower than a Sony follower, but not gonna lie, PlayStation 4 is quite powerful. But before we get into the meat of the announcement, let's talk about the past of Sony and really their systems. So, let's start out with the PlayStation 1 and our thoughts on it, or how we really got into Sony gaming and whatnot. So, Teal, let us start with you since you are the bringer together of us.
Okay. Well, basically, I originally owned a Sega Genesis, and I started gaming from that. Although I say started gaming, it was more I played Sonic. I was 1. I didn't know what a jump button was and kept dying. And and then with PlayStation 1, I got it when I was free, and it's so good. I love the PlayStation 1. And I think, my first game was Crash Bandicoot 2, which I got for my birthday, and I was just amazed at how amazing it was. And it was just so different from anything else I'd seen. It was just a magical orange marsupial on a box, and it was wonderful. And it took me 5 years to complete because
now, for the record, gems. I thought for a second there I wasn't really paying attention. I thought you said that the PlayStation was an orange marsupial.
No.
I was like, what?
No.
I was really confused. Like, huh?
No.
You talking about the same thing?
No. But it took me 5 years to complete because the colored gems are just merciless on that game. I don't know if anyone else struggled with them.
I struggled with everything.
Pretty much.
All right, so
anyone else?
I struggled with the first one.
Oh yeah.
I guess I'll talk about it. My PlayStation history is a little bit weird. Basically, I didn't really play anything Sony related or even anything on a PlayStation until the PlayStation 2 was released, and then I played a Grand Theft Auto game. I believe it was Grand Theft Auto 3 and Final Fantasy 12. And I played Final Fantasy 12. It was one of my first Final Fantasy games. So I'm like, God, I love this. Gotta get more. So I bought Final Fantasy 7 for the PlayStation. Basically, I just like backtracked with everything, and I also played Ape Escape. Really loved that game, to be honest.
Oh
you
my
are so
God.
awesome. That was just the peak of the PlayStation 1. Just the peak.
So
this is oh God. Sorry, had to interject.
Yeah.
In a good
And I have to now clean my desk up a little bit. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Have some
Already?
side issues.
Seriously?
He got it. Yeah. Anyway, continue.
Basically, that's just me. Actually, we've never played the PlayStation 3. The thing about the PlayStation 3 was it just feels like it's. I'll get into this later, but yeah, basically that's how I started with Sony. Fun times are had by me.
By you.
Aww.
What about you, Caddy?
Oh, I'm listening now. I was looking away, and now I'm looking back. Right, okay, PlayStation. I won't go into much detail because I'm convinced it's the best console ever made. I'm absolutely convinced the PlayStation 1 is the best system, like anything, but closely followed by the first Nintendo system. I'm just absolutely certain that the first PlayStation was the best console ever made, just in terms of how it innovated, how it experimented, how it just did things differently. The games, obviously, because I mean the Saturn was out before it, and like the difference between the Saturn and the PlayStation, you wouldn't think was too big, but it's actually massive. I mean, you play the first Tomb Raider on the Saturn and then play it on the PlayStation, and the difference is just remarkable. It's unbelievable. But yeah, that was the first console I ever played. Played it for a good 10 years before the PS2 came out, because my dad basically taught me how to pick up the controller when I was 4 and then just play it. Finished Tomb Raider 2. That was the first game I finished when I was 6 years old. And ever since then, yeah, I just couldn't stop playing it. I got loads of PS1 games behind me. And I would happily play the PS1 over anything modern nowadays. I think some things just overdo it, and PS1 just did everything right, as far as I'm concerned.
And then the PlayStation 3 tried to do everything possible, and it just kind of failed on that front. Never mind. Sorry.
No, it's funny you say that, actually, because I was one of the few people that got an Xbox 360 and a PS3 at the same time. And
well, the PlayStation 3, I think, blows the Xbox 360 out of the water anyway. But
yeah, I know. And this was like during the whole kind of massive like debate between which was better and what you should play, and you get the shallow idiots that just basically all, like everyone down here, everyone down my road has an Xbox. Everybody. I don't know many PS3 owners that live in my town. Everyone is Xbox. And they're just reluctant and they're idiotic, and they just say that Xbox is good because everybody has one, and that's their argument.
The problem with Xbox is I feel like it's just an FPS console, with the exception, obviously they do have some games like Blinks and whatnot, but everything else they have is either on PS3, PC, or is like a sort of rip-off, like Forza is a rip-off of Gran Turismo, that kind of thing. So it doesn't really have many original games for it in terms except FPSs.
I think it's mainly the IPs. I think Sony still has a good amount of IPs, whereas Microsoft is still one or two IPs that have been used to death and were killed off, but then brought back because they realized they had no IPs. I think that's the main issue. Nintendo, all their own IPs, loads of them. Sony, middle.
Let's talk about
I guess.
Microsoft IPs. Let's look at Rare when Microsoft purchased Rare, and then we got Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Look at that game. You look at anything that Sony brings back, it's far superior than whenever Microsoft has tried to bring something back.
Yeah.
Apart from the Ape Escape series, I'd agree with you.
I'm gonna have to duck out the conversation here because everyone talks about how fantastic Rare were, and they probably were very good. I never grew up with anything else other than PlayStation, and everyone, like, whenever I'm doing another video, people ask me to do a review on Conker's Bad Fur Day or Banjo-Kazooie, and I played Banjo-Kazooie for about 2 hours, and I got bored. I'm not gonna lie, I got bored of it. I know it's a sin to say that.
And you're gonna...
I was just running around picking shit up. Then you die, and then all the shit's back for you to pick up again. And I'm just like, I want to play Crash right now. I don't want to play this. I've got no nostalgia over it.
I'm with you. I never grew up with a Nintendo.
I have a feeling. Yeah, wow. All this kind of stuff, I think most of it is down to nostalgia more than anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's... almost... In its own right, it's a good game, but again, I'm with you. I didn't like the fact that if you die, you just have to get everything again. I didn't like it. I mean, I understand that, yes, it is well made to a degree, but it has many flaws which just
and it looks fantastic. I'll just say that it looks.
I think the thing with Crash Bandicoot and the argument of nostalgia. I mean, me personally, I originally played a Nintendo 64. My friends loved it. Asked my mum to get me a games console. They got me PS2. First game was Toy Story 2, and obviously you played Crash. And I played a few games on the N64. But recently, about 2 years ago, I bought one, and I bought what was it called? The game we were just talking about a second ago, Banjo-Kazooie. I bought that, and I thought, let's give it a go. And I will agree with you at some points. The game is wonderfully crafted, but after a while, when you die, you rage quit essentially.
Yeah, I did. That's exactly what I did.
Rage quit when you get.
I was on the beach stage, whatever that was called.
The shark.
No, yeah, when you're in the water and the shark comes to get you, and there was a big, massive crab that you had to fight and all this stuff. And you had to search a pirate ship. And I was getting the hang of it, and I was loving how you had to solve the problems, and I was loving all of that shit. But then I was on that level for a good 40 minutes trying to get everything because that's what I'm like. And then I died, and then all my music notes came back, and I was just like, oh, fuck you. And then I quit. I just couldn't be doing with it.
The problem is, I think I have an issue with it. I really don't like how the N64 controller feels. Some of the buttons are just really weirdly placed.
You have to hold it right. You have to hold it right, bro. It's one of those things.
And while we're on that topic, while of course, obviously, N64 invented the analog stick in a sense for a controller, and the whole trigger button thing, which was pretty innovative. I don't like the C buttons at all for using the cameras.
Yeah, those C buttons were just atrocious.
That was just bullshit. Complete. I was trying to climb a mountain on Banjo-Kazooie, and I just couldn't see where I was jumping, and the C buttons just didn't help in any situation.
Oh, yeah.
It was a nightmare.
See, I didn't have a problem with the C buttons. I think they worked well in some games, but I think while we're going back to the controller. I think most of the N64 games I love and I don't have a problem with, even though they're not nostalgic for me. I think while the Nintendo N64 did innovate with the analog stick, I think the PlayStation, when they added the analog sticks to it, made them feel so much better in the hand, because that little pad, if you've ever tried using it, it broke quite easily, and it was never too accurate, and it felt horrible to use in the finger. I mean, it feels good for the time, but Sony, with their kind of round, textured grip on them, just felt so much better in the hand. And
yeah, I get the kind of impression that if you smacked the N64 controller on a desk, you would break it in half in a matter of seconds.
No, here's the thing.
And then on a PS1 controller, you could throw it out of a 50-story building and it would still be intact and robust.
Well, actually, my thing is the exact opposite with DualShock controllers. Is whenever I've dropped one, they break instantly. But that's beside the point.
Same thing with you.
If you look at the Nintendo 64 controller analog stick, it's much worse than a PlayStation analog stick.
I think, actually, going on that topic, the PS1 was a Nintendo and Sony thing, wasn't it? It was the Nintendo and Sony's like joint effort to make a CD-based gaming system.
I think it was rumored to be for the N64, the 64 Double D, but in the end they released it only in Japan, and it was the whole project was dropped between the two of them. But that's what essentially got Sony into the market.
Nintendo tried their arse off trying to get some sort of CD-based game system to keep up with the times, and then eventually Philips came along, and then the CDI came, and then Nintendo said, "Okay, we're not going to get much better than this. We'll just let them have the rights to a few of our games," and then. I'm sure we all know what happened.
Please, it didn't happen.
Oh boy, I'm so hungry. I could eat Octorok.
You must die. I love
that. It's terrible.
Okay,
it
so
really is.
I'm so hungry. I could eat an Octorok.
Boy, this is peace that all men strive for. I don't even know. The point is, getting away from Nintendo and getting back into Sony. How do you guys feel that Sony has evolved?
Well, okay. Sorry. You want to go? You want to go?
You go first. Cool.
Okay. I had this nice little thought the other day, and that was I've always seen Nintendo as the innovators, Sony as the bar setters, and Microsoft as the leechers, which is going to annoy a lot of people. I think
kind of agree to a level.
Microsoft gave us MS-DOS, which is incredible, and I love them for it. But Xbox, I'm not a fan, and I'm not really a fan of how Microsoft do things and how they work. Microsoft are computers, and that's all I'm really interested in. I don't think they can do consoles.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting.
Because Nintendo made the Wii, and then they did the Wii U, and they're always finding a new way to do it. While Sony is working on concepts, but just making it better. So
the iToy from the PlayStation 2.
I love that shit.
And then you got the Kinect. Then you get the Kinect.
Kinect doesn't go.
The problem with Kinect is you have to stand like a certain distance away. So if I was to use the Kinect, I'd have to be on my bed to play that thing, which doesn't help. So
I think on the topic of like the evolution of Sony they've evolved in some ways and not evolved in other ways. The controller shape hasn't really evolved at all, which is brilliant because Nintendo's controller has evolved and has changed quite frequently. I think the way they've evolved in terms of technology was also like they didn't have the best they didn't have the best system in the PS2, GameCube, Xbox era, but then they did they did go for graphics and the whole media center thing, which was it's quite interesting that they would go for something like that, especially considering at the time media centers weren't really as big of a thing as they are now.
I think we should discuss our favorite games for the system. So, what was everyone's favorite games for PS1?
Final Fantasy VII.
I won't bother saying because I'll list you pretty much every game I own. I love all of them.
It will go through the entire database of every PlayStation game that was ever released, and some that even weren't.
There's a difference. There's my favorite games. There's my most nostalgic games. There's the ones the games I most respect, and then there's the games which are very good but I don't enjoy. But respect. Yeah. So there's respect, nostalgia, and my favorites. So categorize. It's very difficult to just say favorites.
I think for me, I would have to I can't really name just one for. Are we including I think we should include the PSP and PSP Vita in this as well.
Yeah, we are.
I'm so upset over the Vita's bombing. I'm so upset over it.
I think
I've got a Vita, and I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking unbelievable. It's like the best handheld I've ever played, and I'm
really.
The fact there aren't very many games.
It's just got nothing going for it, which really sucks. It's just like I was playing Uncharted Golden Abyss on it, and I was mind blown. It's like a portable PS3. It's unbelievable. I couldn't really believe what I was looking at.
I think the it's like Nintendo. The price is too high right now, and it doesn't have many games going for it right now. The game database for it is so limited right now, and the games it does have for it are great.
Yeah.
I mean, you really only have Nintendo Land and one or two others. The game, but Nintendo Land is one of those games you can go back to. And I think I've actually used the Wii U a lot for just watching Netflix on. And the idea you can watch Netflix on the controller, that itself is quite innovative. And obviously with the Sony and the Vita, with the PS3 and the Vita Link and the PS4 and the Vita Link, I think it's probably going to emulate that, but how well it's going to do, because the Vita isn't just a dumb terminal like the Wii, like the Wii U controller.
Well,
so
I can say from experience, because I did get PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale, and then after that I got my Vita, and I remembered when I got the Vita that I had a free copy of a Vita version for PS All Stars that was inside the games box, so I downloaded it on, and then it turned out that my sister could be playing the PS3 in her room, and I could be playing online against her in another room entirely on the same exact game on a handheld, which I thought was really cool.
That is one of the things that I think Sony are doing really well. This time around, they're looking at the technology and realizing they have really powerful pieces of technology, more so than the competition, and thinking, what can we do with this?
I agree with that, but the thing is, even with the PlayStation 4, I see this like, oh my god, I will love this console. I can see that already, because it's like a Let's Player's dream with all the features. We'll get into that later, but at the same time, I'm like, also think this is going to be the most expensive game console that's ever been released.
Actually,
but saying that, I haven't got a Wii U for the prime fact that it's really expensive in the UK, and I'm not going to spend any more than 300 on it. No way.
Seriously, I managed to get it for 225 from eBay.
Wow, that's
Zavvi outlet for the premium pack.
Yeah, but, literally, I looked for the premium pack in HMV, and it was like 600 quid, 500 quid, and I was like, oh, Nintendo, you ain't selling that to me. You got to make sure. I mean, everything that was discussed in the PS4 announcement, I was sold halfway through, and I didn't care how much I was paying for it. There was enough there to get me sold, and the Wii U doesn't do anything for me, really.
Is that because HMV is going down? Is that why it was so expensive?
I don't know. I thought it would have been going up.
Reasonable.
Okay, so
going back to the price, just quickly, if I may. It's actually it's not. I don't think it's going to be too expensive. Looking at the components, it's got a supercharged PC architecture, an x86 CPU, which is an old CPU architecture, 32-bit. It's got an enhanced PC GPU, 8 gig of memory, and a hard drive. You could buy a computer which has very similar specs to what this is supposed to have for about 300, 400, 500 pounds. And that's the interesting thing, is because obviously it's more fine-tuned. You'll get much more power out of it, even though it's running on probably a very basic computer architecture, which is very similar to the Xbox. I mean, if you look at an Xbox, it kind of looks like a computer. You've got bits that pull out like a computer. And it's interesting to see, now they've moved more to a computer, the kind of price difference you'll get, because the PS3 used cell chips which were new and expensive, and they also had the Emotion Engine chip in them to hard emulate PS2 games. That itself being taken out, and the fact they're all doing cloud-based emulation, I think the price will probably see a dip because of that.
Yeah, I think it's been rumored to be about like $500, which is what, £300?
That's 350 quid or something. Yeah, that's if that's the case, I'm buying it, man. I'm buying it.
It's not that expensive in considering.
We don't know yet, though. That's the problem.
Yeah,
but anyway,
true.
I think we're. Oh, sorry. Were you gonna say something?
Go ahead.
Before we actually get into the meat of the PlayStation 4 announcement and everything we're thinking about that, I really think we should really cover the previous generations.
Think of your favorite singer.
Caddy is just going off on his little thing over there. I'm just like, what?
Oh yeah, I'm talking. I'm just talking to Rosie.
I was confused. I'm like, what's he going on about?
Sorry.
Wait a minute. I'll just move this back. I'm still listening. I'm just gonna move it.
Sorry.
Okay, so what I want to do real quick before we actually get into everything and go on our rants is because we did talk about our favorite games on the PlayStation. Just name your top 5 games, one for each of the main Sony consoles, the PS1, 2, 3, Vita, and PSP regular. So, who would like to start with that?
I'll go first, if that's okay.
It's fine.
I think for PlayStation 1, it has to be either Ape Escape or Toy Story 2, but I'm going to go with Ape Escape because I enjoyed the hell out of that game, but never really owned it until recently. PlayStation 2, very hard to say, but I honestly say Xenosaga 3. It was just so much fun. Persona 4.
Sorry, that's me. Sorry, I'm rambling. Sorry.
It's okay, don't worry about it. PlayStation 3. Oh, that's a difficult choice because there are so many. I have no idea. And then Birth by Sleep for PSP. I've not played a Vita, so I don't know. But I'd imagine my favorite Vita game would be Persona 4 Golden. But I'm still open on PS3.
I was looking up Persona 4 Golden, and And I'd agree that it'd probably be my favourite as well. The only issue I have with Persona 4 Golden is apparently they changed the voice for Teddy and Chie, and I heard
They
them, I was
did.
just like, that is not Chie. What have you done to Chie?
Chie sounds pretty good. She's also the same voice actress who does Persona 4 Arena, so that's okay.
Ah, okay. But still, I was just like, oh, that's not my Chie. What are you doing? So
I think Crack in Time for PS3 actually.
Crack
in Time.
So good.
No. Infamous. Sorry, I'm a mess, but Infamous. I'm done. Sorry about that.
Okay. For me, PlayStation 1, Final Fantasy 7. I'm not really a fanboy, but I am a fanatic. I love the game. I just love the game so much.
That's a bit of a stereotypical choice, I think, I must say.
It's true, but still, it was my first on the system. I can't really. It's nostalgic for me. I know there are better. I'm not saying it's.
That's like me with Crash 3. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. I know it's not the best game out there or in the world. I know that, but still, it's just a good game. I'll play it. PlayStation 2 is a bit more difficult. Wow, actually, saying that it really is difficult because I just want to jump to the PSP because I know what game that will be. But for the PS2, I might say Final Fantasy X, and I think you might be able to see a pattern going on here. The PlayStation 3, Final Fantasy 13, and I hate that game.
Oh no, that's good choice. I love 13. It's good. It's a good game.
Okay, here we go. PSP. Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus, Dirge of Cerberus, that's PS2. Crisis Core.
You are amazing.
Crisis Core is really good.
Crisis Core is one of my favorite games of all time.
So
I
good.
really want to let's play that in the future. And for the PSP Vita, Metal Gear. Oh, there we go. PS2, Metal Gear Solid 3. There we go.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God, you're amazing.
Yes.
This is like a list of games I wish I could say.
Okay. I got another pattern. My favorite game on PS1 is Metal Gear Solid. My favorite PS2 game is Metal Gear Solid 2, and my favorite PS3 game is Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah. I'd say Metal Gear Solid 4. I love the Metal Gear Solid series. I love Final Fantasy series. So basically,
and one of the only games that has ever blown my mind in terms of what like pushing a system to its limits and being so effortless and seamless and just perfect in executing it. Peace Walker, PSP, just.
Oh, I haven't played that.
Fucking amazing. Just for it's a PSP game, but there's just so much. I put over 80 hours into it. It's just insane.
Talking about
it looks unbelievable. It plays a bit funny because you haven't got two analog sticks, but it's just so good.
Speaking
about yeah, you go first.
Speaking of the analog stick on the PSP. I know we're all Sony fans here, but please don't tell me the PSP analog stick is the worst thing.
Here's the story. The PSP analog stick was bullshit.
First time I played a PSP, I was playing Ape Escape, and the first time I played it for the PSP, I thought the analog stick was a speaker.
Yeah, so did I.
So I was like, how am I supposed to move? Where's the analog stick?
I thought it was a moving speaker. I don't know why the speaker was moving.
I was really confused. I'm like, I think this is the analog. Oh, my thumb does not like this.
Going back to
you probably won't like Peace Walker then, because Peace Walker runs on the fact that it is at the same time it's like a Metal Gear Solid 4 kind of thing. It's third person, but you have a free camera. Problem is there's no second analog stick, so you have to move with the right analog stick and use X, square, circle, and triangle as your camera.
I'm fine with that because I used that control scheme in the Metal Gear Solid 3 for the 3DS, but
that's cool.
But
then when you get to when you have to crawl or when you have to roll, you then have to bend your first finger on your left hand to then press the buttons as you're running along on the arrow buttons. Mm-hmm. So your hands are just basically crumpled up as you're running along, and but once you get the hang of it, it's all right. But it's just not brilliant.
I do have Peace Walker, but I just can't find. It is difficult to play. I have beaten it, but still, it's just like I don't want to go back to it as many times as I want to go to 3.
Try the PS3 version in the game. I've tried that. Honestly, I don't like Peace Walker as much because of its mission-based system. But anyway.
Going back to Metal Gear Solid 4, I do love that game, but the first time I was introduced to the game was at my friend's house, because I went over for a sleepover, and the game arrived just before it arrived just before I got there, and I was sitting there for 10 hours just watching him play it, doing nothing. I was just like, oh my god, I want to play this game
That game
like,
is a beautiful masterpiece.
So good.
I thought you were going to say that you walked in on him playing it, and instead of playing him, you just watched one big movie.
Yeah, well, I did. I didn't get to play it. He just played it and ignored me for the entire time. I was just like, oh my god, I'd like to play this game. I'd like to play some multiplayer or something. Why can't you wait?
Can you blame him? I can't blame.
No, I can't either. Thing is, I played it through with a friend, and it's just a blast. Like, it's no series has finished itself off in such a way, in such a climactic finale. 30 minutes of cutscenes at the end that I don't give a crap about. It's more than that. It just no game has captivated me to the point where I care about those characters so much, apart from Xenosaga, but that's a different ball game. Just Metal Gear, what an end! What a wonderful end!
I cried.
Yeah,
Metal Gear Solid 3.
I'm not afraid to admit that. I bawled my eyes out.
I cried.
Who cried at the end of Crisis Core?
Actually, I cried multiple times. I cried at Naomi's death. I cried at the whole thing. The game started up. I cried.
Okay, so in terms of sad games, I would say Metal Gear Solid 3, the end of Metal Gear Solid 3, the end of Metal Gear Solid 4, especially.
Very sad, but at the point I played it, it wasn't really I'm not sure. I think it was because I played Metal Gear Solid 4 first. No, that's a lie. But you go through more with Solid Snake at that point.
Yeah.
This was before Peace Walker. This was before Portable Ops. I didn't play Portable Ops.
Oh, I did. I played it with all my friends in
probably my
lunchtime.
least favorite one, but I still liked it. But yeah, I hadn't done enough with Big Boss to truly get part of it.
Oh, Big Boss is the best.
But now, I know
Snake.
Big Boss kicks Snake's ass. But at the time, it was just more of a no. I'll tell you what it was. It was the boss. I didn't care about the boss.
Kind of the same for you, actually. I know what you mean, but I think you weren't meant to in a way. I
didn't really care about the boss. I don't think they really used her in the story that well. They didn't implement her that well.
I mean, that was kind of the point to a way, but
and it was weird. Yeah.
All right.
In terms of sad games, though, Crisis Core and Final Fantasy X.
Crisis Core, the end. I mean, you get to the end of the game and you're like, I want that son of a bitch to pay.
And the thing is, you go into the game knowing the end, you know what's going to happen, but nonetheless you get attached, and you get attached, and you get attached to this character who's lovable. He's no longer a metrosexual faggot that so many of the other characters are in Final Fantasy. I mean, he's just a guy that you can relate to, and it happens, and I wept through the final battle, I wept through the ending, I wept when the game finished, I wept when I went to bed, I dreamed that I wept.
It just keeps going. But Genesis was a good character. Sephiroth, I mean, I really liked Sephiroth in the beginning of the game. I'm like, dude, this guy's badass. He's awesome. Love this guy. Goes insane. Damn it! I knew this was gonna happen, but damn it!
Sephiroth was
I think I can't really add to the Final Fantasy table. I tried it. I can't do it, guys. I just can't do Final Fantasy.
It's okay.
They all mope and they moan and they bitch and they whine and they're not badass. I don't care what anybody says. They're all children. They're all big spiky haired children with big swords. And that's
Play
it.
Crisis Core. Crisis Core will completely redefine that. I mean, okay, there's moments, but the character is so upbeat. That's what makes you so. I was gonna say the word attracted, but that's not what I mean.
That's why I was attracted to Snake. He's a happy old soul.
Oh god.
Snake.
He's the
Snake could have had
He's
me at the word go.
I can cut some stuff out.
Oh, please do.
Some spoilers. I can't.
Okay.
Should I
should have
mention
an
my
outtake
favorite
video
games?
that's just rambling about Metal Gear because let's face it.
Metal Gear all my life is my favorite.
Same.
I do have an upcoming discussion about the Metal Gear Solid series. You guys want to be a part of it?
I would love to if you
okay, Nick just like Squeed. keep that in there.
I could do that. I love it. I really love it.
It'll be a 10-part episode.
I'll mention some of my favorite games.
All right, yeah, Theo, you go ahead.
So PS1. Obviously, I can't actually pick a favorite game. Obviously, there's the amazing games Crash Bandicoot, Spyro series, Rayman. But I'm inclined to say that some of my favorites either from Tumby or Tumba in the US, Croc or Vib Ribbon. I fucking love those games. So good. I don't know.
I've got the Vib Ribbon soundtrack on my computer.
Yeah, I do. It's so good.
That I love J-pop. It's so brilliant.
Okay. Oh, it's so weird though. It's so weird.
I would go as inclined as to say, probably. Oh, I can't give a favorite because I love I love Resident Evil. I love Silent Hill. I love Vib Ribbon, Parappa the Rapper. Oh god, Nightmare Creatures. The Die Hard trilogy is like really stupid as it is. It holds a dear place to me.
It's okay. We still love you.
That's good. Oh, Oddworld. How can I forget Oddworld?
Yeah. Oddworld.
Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Exodus are some of my favorite games ever.
So good.
I'm just looking behind me now. I'm gonna list
Every single game.
Here we go. Ape Escape, Bugs Bunny Lost in Time.
Yes.
Crash Bandicoot, Croc, Destruction Derby 2, Toy Story 2, obviously. Buzz
Lightyear Star Command. Buzz Lightyear Star Command was so good.
Was it? I never played it really. I watched my
it's
cousin play it, and
good.
it wasn't really doing anything for me.
Oh, you need to
It was
play
good,
it.
but going back, the controls are diabolical.
They are a bit. No, it's something you really appreciate when you play it. It's so much fun. Especially if you watch the series.
Okay, Teal, you're right.
All right, you can have your moment.
Thank you.
I guess I won't take this away from you yet.
So yeah, I'd just
Until
like
you
to.
sleep.
We also have,
when you're dead, I'll take it away.
What have we got here? We've got Gran Turismo 2. That's
Oh
another one.
yeah, that's good.
Klonoa, obviously, or Clona, I don't know. Medieval and Medieval 2.
Medieval, oh my god, yes, so
MGS,
fucking
obviously.
hard.
Overboard, Rascal Race. Oh no, sorry, not Rascal Race.
No.
Ridge Racer Revolution.
Obviously.
Ridge Racer!
Wait.
Ridge Racer!
Wait. Have you played Rage Racer, the sequel?
No.
It's basically like the sequel, but different series to Ridge Racer. So much better in every way. So good.
Well, I never liked the first Ridge Racer, but Ridge Racer Revolution is just where it's at.
It's the sequel to
For racing game, Wipeout 2097. I didn't like the first one, but
yeah.
2097 was fucking amazing.
Yeah, Wipeout's a great series.
And my sister has correctly stated all the Tekken games, obviously.
Yes.
Maybe not the first one. The first one was a bit iffy, but 2 and 3 are amazing.
Obviously, the greatest game, Santa Claus Saves the Earth, obviously.
Oh.
I honestly think the best game is Bubsy 3D.
Obviously. Oh, obviously, yeah. Definitely.
Oh my god.
I don't even care!
No.
What would a platform be? Game without platforms.
Okay.
Oh god, that game.
I actually have tried playing it. I can't. I just can't.
I cheated.
Play it.
I use cheats. You
Sonic
can't
06.
do it.
Is that game even worth cheating?
Do you know what?
Sonic
Do you know
06
what's
is
annoying?
worse.
There's a cheat where I can't remember what it's called, but it turns Bubsy into a cat version of Solid Snake, and I was just like, "Fuck you, game! Don't you fucking dare!" That's
how I felt when the new Dante in DMC basically stuck his finger up to the classic Dante.
But that game was really
when
good.
That wig goes on his head and he says, "Not in a million years." I just said, "Fuck you."
Oh, that made me laugh. I really did.
But the game was really good.
Yeah, the game is
I
good.
don't like Dante though. They screwed Dante up.
I like Dante
It's
better
a
because he wasn't a
parallel
metrosexual
universe.
faggot again. Like, this is my problem with a lot of Japanese characters, is their long hair and they mope, they whine, they blah blah blah. I guess Dante wasn't really like that. Dante didn't.
Dante
but
was badass.
It was the hair.
And then they gave him a haircut, and then he turned into some
It is a parallel.
emotional faggot, basically.
So the exact opposite of some Final Fantasy characters whose emotionalness runs through their hair. This guy, when he has no hair, he becomes an emotional wreck.
He doesn't become an emotional wreck, but he isn't the same. He's overconfident, overcocky. He's not lovable. He's just a dick.
I do love
Whereas
I loved him. I
classic
kind of found
Dante
him funny.
can say a one-liner every.
The succubus. Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! I love that.
I'm scared.
So good.
The thing is, I tried to play Devil May Cry 4, but that was literally just after I bought Bayonetta, and I was like, no.
I didn't like 4. I don't know what.
So many people didn't.
Pretty good. Play 3.
Okay, well, when I get the time, I shall play 3. this
Oh, right,
might
yeah.
be a long while away.
PS2 game.
And I do love. Wasn't it with Devil May Cry 2? They fucked up the difficulty in
Yes.
PAL region or something.
I
Or was it
Yeah,
the
they
US
did.
region?
I haven't played.
It was our region. It was all of it, I think. They
Yeah,
fucked
it was something like the UK's expert difficulty was the US's normal difficulty or something. They completely screwed it up.
They never really released a patch because obviously it's PS2 games, and they released another version later on to make more money. I think it was just a PR cock-up. Conspiracy theorist.
Indeed. So,
My favorite PS2 game. We'll just take.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
okay,
God,
let's
we're
go.
going
Let's
to
go
this.
this.
Oh,
Ape Escape 2, Ape
I'll
Escape
just-
3, Airblade, Crash Nitro Kart,
Yes.
Crash Twin Sanity.
There better be a
Destroy-
mention of Xenosaga in there.
It's so good.
Weirdly enough, Monsters Inc. Scare Island. I really like
That's
that
a
game.
great game. All the
basically, if it was released for the PlayStation 2, it is in his favorites.
yeah.
Did you guys ever play Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets?
Yes, it was
Yes.
a good
That
game.
game was the shit. It
Harry
was
Potter and the Philosopher's
amazing.
Stone
It
on
was
PS1
it's actually my
good.
favorite book and movie in the series. So
I think arguably it's the scariest movie just because of like how many
yeah,
themes.
I guess you have a thing going on there. Like something around here is killing everything and turning everything into stone and death. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Fine. I see your
subtlety.
point.
Subtlety is scarier than anything.
Also,
That's-
also the fact that it's just
That's
like
why I like Fatal Frame.
that scared me.
Why Smeagol wasn't in the movie? What are you talking about?
And then they did the whole stupid shit with Lupin turning into a werewolf, which once you've watched An American Werewolf in London, that shit's just fucking terrible.
Yeah, yeah, it really is.
American Werewolf in London is the only werewolf transformation scene ever. If no one's watched it, type it up and look for it and be
so good.
completely mind blown.
Yeah, it was really good. I was watching that. I think my friend was over and we watched it because my mum bought it for us to watch. I was like, okay, let's check this out. I was like, wow, this is so good. What have I been missing?
Bit of trivia for you. Michael Jackson saw that and then got Rick. Was it Rick Baker? I can't remember. The guy who did the makeup for it to then do Thriller. So that if that wouldn't have happened, Thriller wouldn't have happened.
Ah.
There you go.
Oh,
I can't remember the game.
amazing.
I think it was Rick Baker. I'm giving him no justice if I'm saying it if I've got the wrong guy. I think it's Rick Baker, but I can't be asked to look it up. I want a fan to shout at me.
Right.
No, they won't shout out. They'll just leave a comment saying how stupid we all are, and then
Yeah. It's hard talking like this. It's. I'm just using things from my head and looking behind me and looking at a game and seeing what I can pick out.
Right.
I
PS2.
haven't got an internet.
Let's go through this quickly. PS2, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Final Mix version is undoubtedly better in every single way. I love that game.
You told me this yesterday,
Yes.
and then I wasn't very happy.
Yeah. It's so good.
I still think, and I staple my point onto every single game I ever play. Kingdom Hearts is one of my least favorite video game plots ever.
There is a door. Please feel free to walk out of it now. Although I agree with you, I love it because it's so stupid and because it doesn't make any sense and because it's so convoluted.
Makes
If
sense.
you want to play a drinking game, count how many times. Take a drink every time they say hearts, love, and darkness. And solve.
That's
Every time
worse
you say
than
that,
my
take a
Immortal
drink. You'll be
drinking
dead
game.
in the first 10 minutes.
I prefer to keep
God.
my kidney and liver intact. Thank you very much.
Oh god, the My Immortal drinking game. Ugh.
Yeah, there is not enough alcohol in the world for that drinking game. People have literally moved on to sweets and then moved on to food and eaten their house out because, eaten the house out of food. Sorry, because there is just it's just terrible. It's awful. Anyway, let's not talk about My Immortal. Let's talk about good things like Sonic 06.
Best game of all time.
Seriously, Amy controls worse than Bubsy 3D.
It's up there with Metroid Other M and Zelda CDI as the best, and Superman.
Other M's good. Other M was a bold move.
Other M is the way to...
Let's move on this conversation. Let's move on.
I'm not a Sonic fan. I'm not a Sonic fan.
Can I just say one thing? Other M is the perfect way to play Metroid. It feels perfect. Okay.
Oh my god, we'll talk.
I don't like how Prime feels. I don't like it.
What is wrong with this one?
Teal out. I'm sorry. I agree.
Sorry.
Prime felt great, but I also think that some of the characterization that they did in Other M was really off. But that's not the point. The gameplay was like an improved version of the SNES version, which it didn't have anywhere near the depth, but it was a slightly improved version, which felt really good. But at the same time, I can see why people hate it, see why people like it. I like it. That's me.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on from Metroid Other M. Moving on.
Favorite PSP game, Loco Roco. Believe it or not.
Really?
I love Loco Roco.
Is that like the only game you play?
No, I haven't. it would probably be Birth by Sleep, but I haven't actually played it fully.
That's
So.
what I'm thinking. It should have
Yeah,
been.
I'm let's playing it blind. So
Just
yeah.
Teal, finish. I don't care. Stop. Don't let's play it blind. Finish the game. Then I can talk to you about it, and then we can both geek out about Birth by Sleep. It's the only one we haven't done that yet for. I feel
I
like
can
we're
do
missing
that.
a bonding experience. Okay, right. You're my new Teal. That's it. Teal, get out. We're done.
Teal, leave. No,
Teal.
Your usefulness has finished. Time to leave the show.
I never thought it would come to this. I thought this would be fun.
leave.
It's pretty much like how we thought Sonic 06 would be when we first saw the press releases.
Yeah.
Then it turned out to be what it is.
Let's not talk
Actually,
about 2000 Sonics.
let's not. So yeah, let's move on to the PlayStation. I don't know.
Yeah, PS4.
Okay, PS4, everybody. Okay, before we move on to the PS4, I just want to say we're probably gonna have to make this into a two-parter
Possibly.
because we just talked about nothing involving the press release for an hour now.
Yeah.